Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Todd, knock, knock. Todd, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Sandeep!
Sandeep!
Sandeep! Hashtag Sandeep. Anyway, I got something cool in the mail.
Why would he be here?
What?
Why would he be knocking at the door, though?
Because Sandeep maybe wanted to come to my door because he wants to be a neurosurgeon.
Like a joke? Knock, knock, who's there? Sandeep.
It's really not funny.
Oh, I was supposed to...
If he showed up at
Supposed to
my
be a
door,
joke.
I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing at my house, dude?
There's the towel. I couldn't find that towel. I was looking for that towel. I was like, where did that towel come from?
Is that your special towel?
I was just gonna say.
No.
I was waiting for it.
It's my purple one that I was like, I remember hanging my towel up. I must have...
A little crunchy, that towel.
Anyway, no, that's the towel I use to dry myself after I get out of the shower.
Sure. Dry yourself.
I got it. Speaking of drying myself, I got
Stands up by itself.
I got a...
It's like Aladdin's carpet.
How am I supposed to talk about Rode now after you guys do that? Is the phone gonna ring? Is it Rode?
Nope. Yes.
Anyway,
Hey, Joe, this is Quality.
Is that the Aussie accent?
it's Rode at 44 Wallaby Way.
Hello, this is Bob Wallaby from Road. I wanted to reach out to you
Wallaby.
and tell you to, watch your fucking mouth this week. I'm gonna send a koala to chew your face off. Goodbye, mate.
Goodbye, mate. That's a good one at the end. Okay, that's over. Now let's not associate Rode with anything. Rode sent me an invitation in the mail, and I think it's one of the coolest invitations ever. Let me make sure I don't want to show something. Check this out.
Nothing's happening. Oh, there it
Oh,
is.
look at that.
It has an LCD screen in it,
That's awesome. It even
And-
gives you the battery.
and it's an invite thing.
That's amazing.
Wow.
They're inviting us to something. I can't tell you what it is yet. Oh, jeez. Do we want to know what we're being invited to?
It's going to be like Fight Club.
I just thought the same thing that Todd did. I'm like, what if they're inviting us? What if they're giving us a lashing or something?
You guys thought you were real funny, didn't you?
Now you're going to pay.
Now you got to wrestle the koalas.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, speaking of koalas, we're coming to Germany. And
Excellent segue, as usual.
we're coming to Germany. We are having a meetup. It's on Facebook. If you're in Germany or in Switzerland or the Netherlands and you follow me on Facebook, you've probably seen an ad because we're targeting you for ads on Facebook. We're targeting specific...
People don't like to be targeted in Germany, Jared.
Well, we're officially targeting them
Okay.
and sending them ads.
All right.
And here's the meetup information once again on the 21st of September, starting at 7:45 p.m., which is
1945.
1945.
Oh, I don't want to be there in 1945.
And then, so we're going to meet there. So far, it said maybe 100 people are interested in going.
What?
And
No
over
way.
200 people are going, and a bunch more are interested.
Oh, wait, you said there's 200 going?
No, it said 100
100
going.
going.
100
Oh.
going and 200
200.
interested.
Really?
Some people are flying in. They bought tickets.
Shut the front door.
No, some people bought tickets to come in and meet you. I don't know why.
Well, I mean,
But we
idea.
we want to
Have you
see as
seen
many
me?
of you possible. We will hang out as long as we need to, and then we're meeting at the Colner Dom. You guys all know where the cathedral is, on the steps overlooking the train station. You guys know a lot about trains because it's a beautiful train station, so that's there. And then after that, we're gonna get some Kolsch at the beer place and beers on Todd.
and then I'm going to drive over to Langen-Hessenbold, Hessen, Germany, where my family's from. Langen-Hessenbold, apparently.
What was that?
According to Ancestry.
Forgot something. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. Welcome to RAWtalk episode number 197. Hashtag Sandeep!
9?
Sandeep!
9?
Hashtag Sandeep.
Nope.
Anyway, well, I don't think we're going to Lederhosen where you lived.
Yeah, my wife tells me I'm from Lederhosen, Germany. No.
Did you
Langen-Hessenbold.
Did you do the DNA test for Ancestry.com?
Yeah. But apparently my five greats grandfather, Peter Faust, born 1725 over
That's
in
awesome.
Langen-Hessenbold.
Lederhosen?
Langenselbold.
That's Langsbold.
Oh, yeah.
Shut
Thanks,
up, Jared. Hessen, Germany.
Somebody give us a phonetic sounding spelling of that Langsbold, and we'll read it. Anyway,
That's where my peeps are from.
we want to see you guys at this meetup. We're going to take a big ass group photo
Big ass.
that I'm going to print
Make
out
a big ass print.
on the big ass printer that's over at the Fro factory. That's
Big-ass
the
prints.
goal. So somebody's bringing me a tripod, hopefully, that we could do this with. We're all going to use our phones to light our face, and hopefully the Colner Dome is lit up properly this time.
Hopefully, you won't miss focus again.
Hopefully I won't miss focus, but
Well-
I'll put on dynamic raw focus.
I-
DPR, dynamic pixel raw.
Dual pixel raw.
Well, I saw on the Facebook page that 50 tripods are interested, and only 3 or 4 are going.
Speaking of tripods and going, we've got a new we got a plug here from Videoblocks. This is for bundles. If you like bundles and oodles of bundles,
Or stumbles. Thanks, guys.
Go to videoblocks.com/FroKnowsBundles to get a very special bundle deal. #bundle. Oh, I was like, what? Anyway, here's the deal. If you purchase Videoblocks for $149 for the 1 year, you will get Audioblocks absolutely free for that same year.
What?
So you're going to save money when you buy when you get the one, you get the other free.
That's awesome.
Insane deal.
It is a good deal. There's
I think I just re-upped mine, and it cost me more. Son of a... No, I was downloading Audioblocks for Greenpeace stuff, and I'm getting a ton of stuff. And then one day I downloaded a bunch of stuff. The next day they're like, "Hey, by the way, time to re-up." I was like, "Damn it! Should have downloaded everything yesterday."
or should have just called the people that we know over there.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
They are a sponsor of the show.
I wasn't gonna go. I needed it right then, so I was like,
Yeah.
whatever.
They're pretty fast.
Tax
though.
write-off.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, that's good. So
You're
go
welcome, Tony Hawk. I just gave you $99.
to you mean Joel?
Yeah.
You think he still looks like Tony Hawk?
does
He
look like
definitely
Tony
looks like Tony Hawk.
Awesome dude.
Joel's awesome.
Yeah.
I love his America pants that we saw that one time.
Yeah.
He just worked in the office. So he was the CEO. They now have another CEO. Because
do
I think
they?
he takes a different role or whatever.
Well, he's been shooting more, hasn't he?
He's been doing a ton.
Yeah.
But his desk was amongst everybody else's desks.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like the karate guy from Napoleon Dynamite.
I wear America on my pants. Anyway, go to videoblocks.com/FroKnowsBundles to get the special offer while supplies last. And being that it's digital, supplies are going to last until it doesn't
probably
last.
have it.
So
Yeah.
I think it's going to end in about a week or two. That's all I know.
That's a
Photo
good
news
deal.
time.
That's a good
Photo
deal.
news time.
We need to get to some music brought to you by audioblocks.com/go/fro. If you had the bundle deal, you would have gotten that free by going to videoblocks.com/FroKnowsBundles. What type of music could we do? Australian koala bear music? Didgeridoo music?
Yes. Yeah. With us wrestling koalas.
We're in the pit. With the
We're in the pit
koalas.
with the koalas at this road event.
In 3, 2, 1. Wrestle koala bears.
Oh, hey, welcome, guys. Release the koalas!
Oh, Todd, I thought he broke something for
thought he
real.
broke a light.
And he didn't.
No, that was my gat.
Last week his boob book broke.
Oh,
this week he's
yeah.
gonna break his.
Is it in the background
The
still
boot-
with his
the boot-
tissues?
Yeah, it fell down. It's been leaking the saline solution ever since.
The
The
boob
pages are
book.
so sticky, though. I just don't get it.
The boob book.
Get
fell,
my gun, Dan.
The boob book fell off the counter when Steven and I were just here the other
was a
day
ghost,
filming,
man.
and
Because
it
they're big
ripped.
boobs. I mean, they're big boobs. They're
Right,
heavy.
they're heavy.
They're heavy.
So they
yeah.
fell.
Really
Toppled
top
over.
heavy. They have spine issues.
But on
They could have totally used a good bra.
DJI has updated their Osmo handheld gimbal. Do we still have that? The
I still have to send it back.
prototype or something?
Yeah, I have to send the prototype.
It's
back.
now called the Osmo Plus, which hopefully we will get to
So you
test
have an
out.
out-of-date prototype.
Yeah.
Well, I asked them if we could have this new one and take it to Germany because that could be good
That
for
would be
footage.
perfect for some handheld shots. you
Yeah,
know, nice
yeah.
stabilized. It's equipped with a 7x zoom this time around.
Whoa.
Technically, it's 3.5 optical zoom, along with a 2x digital lossless zoom, is what they say.
Bullshit.
Which is pretty much a crop mode that they're doing. Now, the new camera, it's called the Zenmuse X3. It's very similar, but it's not interchangeable with the Zenmuse Z3, which they put on their Inspire 1 drones. So it's a great camera, covering a field of view equivalent to that of like a 22 to 77 millimeter lens on a full frame camera.
Well, that's cool.
So great coverage. They've updated their stabilization.
So it's not like the 5D Mark IV and cropping 1.74 times.
Now they've updated their stabilization to counteract that extra zoom, claiming it will keep the camera flat no matter how you move it. And spec-wise, it'll shoot 4K at up to 30 frames per second. I think the first one did that too. 1080 at up to 100 frames per second. And you can also shoot 12 megapixel RAW or JPEG stills. It also now has a built-in motion control feature. This is what I really like, where you can tell the camera where you want the movement to start and stop at, and this comes paired with a new motion time-lapse feature as well.
We need
which is
this
really
for
cool.
Germany.
That would be perfect for Germany.
Because-
put it on a tripod, just let it move and do a sunset or something.
Or Todd
yeah.
could be walking around the meetup with people and holding one of those aperture lights or something like
Todd's
that.
shaky-ass shots will finally be
I
stabilized.
can hold that, have a Rode microphone in my armpit, and
And it's available now for pre-order for $649.
Yeah, I'm going to email them.
It's not a bad price.
I'm going to make a note to email them again.
And
for
we
that.
are going to probably be shooting in 4K in Photokina, so this is obviously perfect for that as well. And there's a new photo-themed bar opening up in Washington, D.C., which will house a working darkroom and a photo studio, too. It's coined the Darkroom, real original.
sounds perfect.
It'll be dedicated to building community through the art of photography.
And beer.
Getting drunk. According to the DC liquor license application, the new bar will host screenings, art shows, lectures, and classes on photography that will also have an art gallery.
Just don't go in the bathroom.
And no word on when or if the bar will be approved of its liquor license. It's a cool idea, though.
Yeah.
Well, my buddy Bob, who I went to college with, always wanted to open up a coffee
Bob,
shop.
right.
A coffee shop.
Bob, yeah, Bob.
I went to college with
Yeah,
him too.
yeah.
A coffee shop / photo lab so people could print and drink. It made sense.
I almost feel like that makes more sense than the beer. thing.
Terrible idea when you drink the photo solution by mistake.
Here's some fixer and oh god,
Photo flow.
disgusting.
Photo flow was just water with some soapy material.
You come in
in
the darkroom, everyone's just passed out.
it. Never mind.
What? What were you gonna say?
When Jarrett edits himself, it's
That means it's
bad.
really bad.
It's real bad.
I was just gonna bring up something about the at Antonelli when they had the color darkrooms. They were because it was color darkrooms. You had to be in complete darkness, unlike in a black and white darkroom where you can have a safe light.
Yeah.
Because the paper would be exposed in color. So there were these individual darkrooms, but maybe 17 or 10, 15 of them, and there's a lot of stuff that may have happened. Never to me. Never to me, but people...
Never.
No, never to me. There would be people that would just go into the dark rooms together, a guy and a girl,
So loud in
maybe a
here.
couple of guys.
What does that
I don't know.
sound?
And then they would, and that would, you would never hear anything.
Oh god.
How's my exposure, girl?
We've got
How's my contrast?
my lens.
I'm about to crush the blacks.
a rare set of early baseball photos is going up for auction and expected to sell for $1 million. Now, taken by photographer Charles M. Conlin, the iconic photo set features 7,462 original negatives taken between 1904 to 1942.
Wow.
Featuring everything from action photos to headshots. The negatives feature legendary baseball players like Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio,
Honus Wagner,
a bunch more, probably.
Jimmy Fox.
They made an important note on the
Jamie
auction
Foxx?
page, too, saying due to the age of the collection, copyright for most of the images has expired, which is why like so many collector baseball cards have these pictures on them. And Conlin got the access by working for the New York Evening Telegram. Spalding Guide editor John B. Foster then took notice of him and said, they need pictures of ball players for the guide, and there's no reason why you can't take pictures of the players as well as landscapes. It'll be a good pickup for you, and it will be something of a day off. Now, the auction was approved by an Arkansas judge to help sports memorabilia dealer and the owner of the current collection, who is John Rogers, help him pay off some of his $50 million in debt in creditor and investor claims.
Whoa,
Whoopsie.
sir.
Yeah.
This
This only
have a
pay off a
problem.
fraction of that, and the money raised by the auction will benefit the creditors in order of their priority.
First off, there's no reason why Major League Baseball, MLB Network, or ESPN, or hopefully not Getty, or just the Hall of Fame purchases these images, or he should donate them and take the tax write-off. Can we
Well,
sing?
is there still a copyright valid on them?
Well, it said most of them, it's expired.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think that calls for a song, like the
God.
7th inning stretch.
Nope. I don't think it does.
Can I do it in the Harry Carey drunk style?
I don't mind that.
All there. Welcome to FroKnowsPhoto.com.
Could be another pair. Wait, hold on. On a 1, a 2, a 3.
This weekend, I'll be hosting a grand opening at the photography bar down in the Soho. Feel free to come out. Come in Darkroom.
It's the Meredith version of Harry.
7th inning. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I never get back, or it's root for the Phillies.
Is this Jared Polin now singing?
If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's get some runs.
Get some.
All right, keep going.
Dogs, cats, babies crying.
That's what happens when he sings.
So anyway, this thing's hosted by Heritage Auctions, and the photos will be officially sold this weekend at the time of this recording. So by the time this comes out, they're already going to be sold, which probably no
too
one
bad.
listening
Too late,
will buy
guys.
it
Sorry.
anyway. It's a little expensive. And then we've got the FAA's new commercial drone rules. They're officially now in effect. They made these in June. The new small unmanned aircraft rule, part 107, says you'll first need to pass a test for a remote pilot certificate, which will be valid for 2 years.
I need to do that.
Next, you'll need to keep the drone in your line of sight, and you can only fly during daylight hours unless your drone has anti-collision lighting built in.
Which we do.
We do. Which then you can fly during civil twilight, which is
of the
30 minutes
best.
before sunrise or after sunset. And you can fly up to 400 feet above, standard rules.
Or if you're Casey Neistat, do whatever the hell you want.
Anytime you want.
Fly it through.
How has he not gotten in
and
trouble?
He's in Italy. He was in Italy, and he's just flying it over.
Well, that's not the FAA.
No, it's not the
governing
FAA,
that.
but it's another country. He
Yeah.
just takes shit. Well, first off, we know in New York City you're not allowed to fly.
Yep.
Whatsoever.
Anywhere.
In the city.
And he does.
But it's just what he does.
Yep.
I guess he's doing it because it works for him.
Yeah. And you can also fly, they say, up to 100 miles an hour. They permit that. And those currently commercially exempt under the Section 333 exemption can continue flying with that until it expires. Then they'll have to get this Part 107 certificate. It's a little confusing, but the website has it all. And you can find all the details. I posted the whole FAA document. Again, FroKnowsPhoto.
I wonder how many drone police are actually going to be over there.
Yeah.
How many drone police? Imagine if Todd's the drone police.
Oh, God.
Oh, and by the way, all the photo news, you see it popping up these days.
Yeah.
Right? That's thanks to
Pull
Dan.
over, hippie. I see you with your goddamn drone, you son of a bitch. I told you down at the Camden Arena about a year ago to keep your hippy-dippy ways camera shit
Camden
up out
Arena.
the Schuylkill, son of a bitch.
That was me. I remember. That was many episodes ago. That guy was really mean to me.
This, I will say, the test you have to pass for this looks pretty ridiculous, though. A lot of rules you have to read up
Is
on,
it
a lot
like-
of regulations.
Oh,
and
shit, we
a
actually
lot
have
of
to study?
studying. Yeah, it looks pretty serious.
Can we just
There's
hire
a whole
somebody?
laundry list of stuff you have to
Can
know.
we cheat?
Can we just find
send
the
somebody
answers
to cheat
online?
for us?
Probably. I'm sure there's going to be something
That's
on
what we
there.
do with my hockey test every year.
There you go.
I don't feel like reading the damn book every year.
But it looks like a serious test, not something you can just pass in like 2 minutes.
So here's what.
Unless you have the answers.
I'm starting a new business. We're gonna have people that can take the test for you
Go to
because
FroKnowsPhoto.com/pass the test.
yes, pass the test.
Photophoto.com/fraud.
We don't advocate cheating.
Yeah.
But when we do, I can't say what I want to say.
But when we do,
I was gonna
it's
say
awesome.
I was gonna associate. I was gonna have to apologize right after and say I don't associate this sponsor with cheating.
All right. Here we go.
So next up, we've got...
Oh, and by the way, I wanted to let everybody know, Dan edits RAWtalk. Steven is still continuing to do the 5-minute portraits, the real-world reviews. He produces the show and tells Dan what to do when it comes to editing and all of that other stuff. So
I
if
shoot
anybody's been
everything.
wondering, he's
Yeah.
been doing it.
Yeah, someone commented, like, what does Steven do now?
I know. I ask
Absolutely
I know.
nothing.
I ask myself
Nothing.
that all the time.
Question is, what does Todd do? That's the real question.
I have a laundry list of things I do every day.
Wait, what were we talking about right before the show started?
Jared called me at like 7:30 this morning.
It was
Jared
after
was up that
8.
early?
It was
Really?
after 8.
You've
Why
been
not?
getting up pretty early lately.
Yeah, I've been staying up late I still get it was like 6 hours and 48 minutes of sleep,
Yeah.
something like
As
that.
soon as I picked up, I was like, "It's way too early for you."
I don't pick up the phone
Way
unless
too
it's like
early
after
for you.
9. I'll text back, but I won't be
Well, I'll
calling.
call Todd because I know he's up because he's usually driving his daughter to school when it's time
Or
for her to go
doing
to school.
other activities at that time.
yeah.
Or he hasn't gone to sleep yet because he's still playing PlayStation.
Yeah.
Get my
Wait,
first
you
spank
bought
in.
the VR goggles for PlayStation?
I have them pre-ordered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we know.
ordered
It's gonna be awesome.
Google Cardboard like months ago, and I never got it in.
Hey, Steven, I got some cardboard over there.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
about it's right there?
Wait, why don't they just send you a PDF that you put on cardboard and you use a razor to cut it up?
It has to be 3 months now, and I never got it. I don't know what happened. Maybe it got lost in
There's
the
a
mail.
Stranger Things VR thing that you can use with that Google Cardboard.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That seems
pretty cool.
pretty sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
So Virginia school bus driver Jennifer Youngman, she was cleaning her 2 guns out on her front porch when a drone came below her tree line and she, quote unquote, blasted it. And her neighbor, who's actually actor Robert Duvall, he owns a
Bobby Duvall?
He owns a 400-acre property across the street from her, which is where she thinks the drone was going, like paparazzi or something like that.
So she did a service.
She did a service.
Hey, Bobby D!
And she says, sometimes my actions think before I do. And her only regret is that the debris left from the drone that she shot out of the sky left 2 flat tires in her tractor.
What?
And Fauquier County Sheriff's Office, they say it's tough to determine if there was any violation of the law because a complaint was never filed from the UAS operators. So they just pieced out. They saw the gun, she shot it out of the sky, they left. And you can see a video interview where she recounts what happens
What'd
over on
she
the
sound
website.
like?
She's from Virginia. She sounds Southern. And she says, when you come out of the country, only leave your footsteps.
Hello, assholes.
Heidi?
In Virginia, we don't necessarily talk Southern. But now that I'm not working in the Fro factory anymore, I've decided to relax and protect people from paparazzis and shoot shit out of the sky. So, if you don't have your license, JP, I will be targeting your bullshit as well. I've got a lot of free time now that I'm not packaging T-shirts, DVDs, and lens cloths. So just a little heads up on that, Jew. Goodbye.
How did Heidi come out of all that?
Apparently, she's got a lot of free time now.
The Philly accent, Heidi. Whatever. We've got a new wall mount has been made to specifically hold and display your cameras. It's 3D printed with a slim profile. The new mount, it's called the Hangy.
I almost said something else, but I didn't.
It's called what?
The Hangy. Hangy.
Now, can you hang your camera to the left,
It's
or
in all
can it
caps,
hang to
though.
the right? Depending on how tight your pants are.
It makes your cameras appear to be floating on the wall, they say.
Which means they can easily fall off the wall.
Probably.
Jared's looks like his is floating all the time.
Now, I will say, it's stainless steel. It's stainless steel mount, and you can mount it into the wall via 2 screws. You
Rock
simply add a
hard.
tripod
What about Sugru?
on the bottom end and your camera on top of that. You
Oh,
tighten
it's
it up
hanging.
and
So it's
that's it.
hanging, but it's really hard.
No, but it's attached to a tripod.
No, it's not. It's
You
basically
said tripod screw.
tripod screw.
Well, that's
You just
okay.
take the tripod screw.
Human tripod.
It's kind of like a corner bracket. Mount it to the wall. Tripod screw, camera on top, and it looks
Well-
like your camera's just floating
Well,
on
so
the
your
wall.
camera's attached. So
Yeah, your
unless it
camera's
falls
attached.
off the wall.
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't be. Yeah, you have to attach your camera.
So that's not bad. How much is this wonderful thing?
Well, let me go on a little bit. They say you can also.
You got some fuzz on your above the eye. The eye on your shirt. Can you get that
He
white
was dotting
piece
the
of fuzz?
eye with his dandruff.
Thanks.
Steven's looking at Dan like
that part out,
Steven's
Dan.
looking at like
Cut
Dan
that
like
part out.
edit
No,
that
leave
out.
it, Dan.
Edit that
No,
out.
cut it out.
Edit
Leave
that
it,
out.
Dan.
Leave it, Dan.
that part out.
Leave
no,
it.
I'm saying cut the you part out. You can leave the rest of the stuff.
bleep
Cut the
them.
you part out.
No, keep the you now, but just bleep the
All
you.
right.
Yeah.
Bleep it then. So the mounts, they say, are strong enough to hold up to a DSLR. They say they tested it with a Canon 7D and
That's
a 17 to 55 millimeter lens. That's a pretty heavy camera. A total weight of about 3.3 pounds, and it worked fine. And they noted that it's not just for displaying your collection. It can also be used to mount your current working camera and easily be unmounted in just seconds if you want to put your D5 up there, which I would never do.
How much?
So if you're not hanging heavy cameras, they also have a plastic hangy, which will cost you $4 each.
How much?
Yeah.
How much?
$4
Oh,
and
for
then
the plastic.
$21 for
Oh,
the
that's not
stainless
bad.
steel version. I think 21's a little pricey, but
Well,
$4
if you only
isn't
have one
bad.
or two, I mean that's $42.
Is that something we could
Yeah,
use?
but if you're hanging,
Could we mount like the GoPros in the new studio with that?
yeah, but you can't like.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Oh.
We could just use a
You
gorilla
can't tilt
pod
it or
for
anything
that.
like that. It
A
would just be
gorilla
straight
pod.
across. So.
What, Todd? It's a gorilla. It's called a gorilla pod.
We're not gonna wrap it around the pole
Well,
unless it's your lips
this one time.
in the darkroom.
Moving on.
Copy that.
We've got a man named Peter Muller. He's been attacked in San
Peter
Francisco.
Muller?
Muller, yeah. Muller. attacked in San Francisco for
Where's Scully?
photographing an accident. And now a taxi driver had a medical issue which caused him to hit the gas and run over the sidewalk into a shoe shine stand, and he critically injured 2 people working there. Mueller began to take photos while a group of 3 approached him, verbally attacking him for taking pictures at the scene, saying what he was doing was offensive. And the argument then ensued where Mueller says, there's 500 other people over there taking photos. Why are you yelling at me? Well, he then told the guy in the group, get his girl out of his face, or out of my face. He turned around and the guy just sucker punched him.
Who punched
That's
who?
bullshit.
The other guy in that group punched the guy taking photos.
What was his name allegedly?
They didn't release his name.
The girl punched him or the guy punched him?
The guy punched him.
Oh.
Yeah. So there was basically a group of one
girl
guy
was
and 2
taking
girls.
photos for Snapchat.
No, there's a group of 1 guy and 2 girls, and then there was a guy taking pictures.
Todd Wolf.
That group basically attacked that guy.
That's bullshit.
So while on the ground, the 2 girls then jumped in. They started kicking him and punching him and stuff like that. I mean, it wasn't brutal or anything. It ended
there
there for
video?
like 30 seconds. There's
Assholes.
video of the whole thing. Dan's
Assholes.
probably playing it right now.
Assholes.
But the police came really quickly, actually, and arrested and charged the group. And then Mueller then snapped a photo of them all handcuffed and posted that.
Yes.
Baller.
We don't advocate fighting
That's
on this
awesome.
show.
No, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Bullshit.
I actually had to photograph an accident for my photojournalism class. I had to photograph a newsworthy item,
Yeah.
and I just listened to the police scanner for like all night. And there was an accident
Like
down
my
the
grandmother.
street.
You and my grandmother.
Well, because my brother's a cop, so
Todd, did you hear?
we shared a room
There's
together.
a cat stuck in the tree at 3rd and in Larchwood.
I fell asleep to a police scanner like every single night. But that accident happened, and I ran down the street and took some pictures. But I asked the police first. I asked the person. It was not a bad accident, but
I guarantee so the guy was probably taking pictures with like a real camera.
well, I think.
And everybody else probably had their cell phones out taking
Yeah,
cameras.
I can't really tell because he's holding nothing in the video.
Yeah.
I want to say it was probably a cell phone, but I think what was offensive to the group is that there was 2 people critically injured that he was taking photos of. It wasn't
right,
just an accident.
right.
It was kind of bad.
So
So
I mean,
it's not the best time to take photos.
right? Unless you're a newspaper journalist. But,
Exactly.
But in this case, who
I don't know if
knows
I can
how you'll
justify
act in a
that.
situation where you see this? But
He also might not have known that there was 2 people injured. Who
and
knows?
were there ambulance people there already?
In the video, you can't tell. I assume there was because there was a cop right there.
Right. So if there's
away.
already people that you can't do anything beneficial.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, if you're the first there and it's like, hey, my hand's stuck on the train track, help me to get out of this,
And you're
like,
taking pictures.
Hold on,
No,
smile.
hold on.
Let me get my composition
oh,
right.
sorry, it took me too long. You're dead. It's just like,
Yeah.
in that
There's
situation, if
certain
there's nothing
times.
you can do to help.
Sorry, chin up.
Oh, jeez.
Always
I just got that. No, I
That's
wasn't too-
Jared's thing. Chin up, tilt your head, give me the eyes.
Usually it's chin down. Whatever. Turtle.
Todd.
Peter Hurley.
We've got the ATF. They issued a PSA in Kentucky warning residents to stay away from any trail cameras they find in Harlan County. They say there could be possible bombs inside instead of an actual camera. Scary stuff. Now, a man
In the
named
camera?
Mark,
In the camera?
instead of a camera in there, like it's like a trail box, it's a bomb. Yeah. So this guy named Mark Salath, he allegedly planted IEDs inside trail cameras, leaving them on high-access paths throughout Kentucky. And some were rigged to explode when someone either put batteries inside, while others were triggered via like a tripwire on the trail. So they would
That's
hit
sick.
the wire, thing would go off.
Did any go off?
Well, he was arrested back in June, and he was shot dead after attempting to escape police custody. So they never got him to reveal where the other IEDs were. I think at the time they found 3. 3 went off. But since then, in the meantime, they found 9 more.
Oh, my God.
So if you're like a deer just going and looking for some berries,
Bambi's not alive anymore, probably.
Or
But,
people hiking on the trail.
Yeah, it's
that's
scary.
That's the worst part.
So, again,
Fucking deer.
what if Bigfoot was walking by and our first sighting of Bigfoot was just his foot?
Just the foot landing.
just as
Everything else got blown away.
But yeah, so they found 9 since then, and they warned that there could be many more. And they say contact Kentucky State Police
Dan's
or
a
the
hiker.
ATF
Watch out, Dan.
if you find such
Seriously.
a device.
Be careful.
Yeah.
That's what an asshole.
And it's a shame that he's dead because they can't find out where the rest of them are. That's what sucks.
Could have waterboarded him and found out where the rest were.
Then we've got introducing the industry's first dedicated full-body retouching software. It's called Portrait Pro Body. Simply using sliders instead of like the confusing Photoshop actions. The app has 6 main editing panels. It has markup, shapeshifters, shape tools, skin, face, and picture.
Yeah, but does it get rid of Todd's gut?
It does not get rid of Todd's beer belly.
Oh, no, dude, I put on like 6 pounds.
Allowing you to modify facial expressions, remove blemishes. You can adjust a person's height or body size, again, just like Photoshop. The app claims to do it all, and it claims to do it automatically. And it doesn't really require much actual retouching experience. Yeah, there's really just sliders. So it's kind of...
Whoever just
Kind of
moves
like how
sliders
Jared edits
sucks at
his
editing.
yeah,
photos.
who moves sliders?
Yeah.
So
Crush the blacks,
they say the
contrast.
program's intelligent system has been trained on human experience, body shape, beauty, and more, which again is why it knows how to
So
correct
whose
these
body shape is
automatically.
beautiful then, asshole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you define beauty?
Yeah.
That's the question. And it's available now as a free trial, or you can pay for an unlocked version for only $40, so it's not terrible. Or you can get a $60 studio version, they call it, which you can then edit raw photos in it. And it also has Lightroom and Photoshop plugins, so you can export directly.
They've got a
from
special
that.
Donald Trump plugin, makes everybody white.
And
And
hands
you can
small.
see the full demo video of it in action. I posted that over on the website.
FroKnowsPhoto.com/RAWtalk-197.
9!
Hashtag Sundeep.
We've got one more news story this week. Instagram has been updated in iOS to now allow for pinching and zooming in on photos and video, which is a pretty big thing. It's just, I don't know if I like this.
I can't do it.
You can't do it yet. I actually updated
Oh,
my app this morning.
I just updated my app. I still can't do it.
That's what I'm saying. I updated it
I'm
after they
doing
announced this, and I still
I'm
can't
doing it right
do it.
now.
Best of the best app right here.
Yep. My phone's better than yours.
So it works just like anything else in iOS. You just zoom in to pinch, except when you let go, it'll snap back to the original full photo on
That's
Zoom.
cool.
It's not working for me.
And Instagram says, dive into an adorable puppy smile or into every detail of your friend's new shirt. Whoa!
Or if you're,
Oh!
Oh my God!
or if you follow
Crazy.
Robert Timko, you may be zooming into something else.
Ooh, hey.
Oh.
So it'll be released for Android, they say, in the next few weeks, and you can see a video of it in action over on the website. What do you think about this?
I want to see how it works because I like uploading quality images, and I want to be able. There's times where I've wanted to zoom, but what I do is I three-finger tap.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
three-finger tap on the iPhone, and that brings it in closer for me.
My concern is that if they still compress your image to, say, a 1080p image and you're zooming in all the way, how compressed will that look?
Well,
if they
at
let
some
you,
point it's going to stop.
like,
It should rubber
hopefully-
band back.
If
Doesn't
they
work
can-
for me.
If they let you upload like a full res image, like say Flickr, that would be cool if you can then pinch and zoom. But their
But-
server would be
Yeah, they have to
so
store the
overloaded.
stuff, so
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
So hopefully they'll eventually support a higher res image, and then that's where I think pinching and zooming will really shine.
Yeah.
That's it for photo news.
All right, let's get some pinching and zooming, three-finger pinching and zooming music brought to you by audioblocks.com/go/fro. Dan, come up with some music for this in 3, and don't forget it. 3, 2, 1, go. It works for me.
By the way, did I tell you my nipples are pierced?
Oh, that's Dan. You mean Dan.
Exactly. Hashtag nipple pierce.
Hashtag Dan's pierced nipples. So what comes next? Gear of the week already?
I think so. Gear of the week.
Gear of the week is important because we have something that you don't.
Exclusive. It's
Not really an
called
exclusive, but
This right here is the Canon EOS 5D Mark IV.
and it looks exactly the same.
Well, it lost the wind tunnel test in our comparison, as we know.
Yeah.
So this is it. This is the actual 5D Mark IV production model. We have it. We have raw files for you to go play with. They're
Yep.
on the website. We have recorded.
We've cropped the whole show by 1.7 just in honor of it.
1.74 times.
Make sure you
crop.
crop everybody's shot by 1.74, Dan.
Todd's talking about the 4K crop. When you shoot video, it crops at 1.74 times.
Yeah, what did we shoot on a lot? Like the 50 when we were in 4K to make it like an 87 or
87.
something?
87.
Yeah.
But with the 11 to 24, it's now a 19 point something millimeter lens, so you're losing the wide angle. We're not going to talk about the review of it just yet.
Yep. Coming soon.
But we used it for a real world review
All
that we
day.
filmed at a photo studio. We took a lot of time. We
Long
started
day.
around 10 in the morning.
Studio.
What?
Oh, did he say photo
You
studio?
said photo studio.
No, I said recording studio.
No, you didn't.
Dan, play it back. What did I say? Real world review
All
that we
day.
filmed at a photo studio.
He probably said photo studio.
You can just rewind it in the show to
Rewind
play it
it.
back.
And play it.
Real world review that we
day.
filmed at a photo studio.
And I was right.
I'm pretty sure I still said recording studio, photo studio. But anyway, we did photos. It was a longer one. We went until about 9:30. No, it was about 8:30 when we were rolling out.
No, it was about. Well, I didn't. We can get
Yeah,
back
I
to
mean,
your
I
place
was
till
there on
9:30.
time, but you guys were late. So.
That's because we had an issue with a resident, former resident, and the cops had to be called.
I'm there on time no matter what.
We were there all day shooting. I think we got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, so we're gonna have sample videos. We'll have sample photos. That's why it took us longer, is because we did a whole music video with the rapper guys. And
yeah, it was cool.
And that's it. I will say this. There's a function in here. There's two functions. Well, the touchscreen, incredible. I love the fact that I've remapped the back AF on or the star button to allow me to, while my eye is up to the camera, with one press of the button, go from AI servo to AI single.
Similar to back button focus, but in my opinion, better.
Oh, it's not back button. I don't use back button focus. Everybody always asks
but
that.
that's essentially what back button focus is.
Well, but what it does is it allows me to click from single focus to continual focus, because there's
While
times
still
where
using your front
while not even moving
shutter to focus.
Because what happens is sometimes a guy is moving around like a jumping idiot, like Dan, and then all of a sudden they stop to do something like pet a dog, or sorry, in Dan's case, pet a cat. A stray cat. So then I'd be like, oh, he's stopping there. And then I'd want to be in single focus right on his, I'll be like, bam, hit that button, and all without taking my eye. Nikon can't do that.
Well, so the 5D Mark III, I tried to see if I could remap that button as well, and you can only do certain custom controls, but you don't have that specific function, which to me is a huge upgrade for a 5D3 user. Maybe not other people, but for a 5D3 user, that's big.
And I also remapped this new button down here to be ISO.
And that, I think, is huge, too, because I find myself stumbling all the time trying to figure out which button's the ISO button on top, and where now you can have everything right next to the joystick. Your ISO, your AF points, your AI servo, and your one-shot, everything right there.
My
without
Nikon
taking
rep,
away the viewfinder.
My Nikon rep said to me, because I asked him, I'm like, does Nikon do this? And he goes, what do you have, small hands like Donald Trump? With better hair.
That's what he said?
Yeah. He's like, it's really easy to press that button while you're shooting. I'm like, not really. I got to press into the button, and I got to rotate the back button to make a change, where here I hit one button and I'm done.
Well,
No, you get the camera we give you.
What I love too is normally when I would switch AI servo, you can't see that in the viewfinder. If it's an AI servo one shot, I would have to actually kind of look at the top LCD, double check, and then keep going. Here, it will show you in the viewfinder.
New
with the
viewfinder.
the
Viewfinder
updated
2.
Viewfinder.
Could
And
I
it's-
remap that to automatically make my ISO 12,800?
There is a button that will let you do that.
I'm sure.
Shut up.
There's preset buttons that if you hit this button, it will take you to a custom setting where it will
Done.
set your aperture, ISO, shutter speed, and all the other stuff. They have the C1, the C2, and the C3.
Yeah,
but there's a
sold.
button I saw where you can hit it and it will go back to the settings, a predetermined
Yep.
setting that
Yep.
you already set.
Yep.
Wow.
And I did find myself, we shot a couple videos yesterday with the 5D3 and the 4 together side by side. One, the screens, way different. And two, I found myself trying to do the touchscreen on the 5D3. I kept going, I'm like, why? I'm like, oh.
And so we'll get to the full review, and no, we won't be kissing Canon's ass and saying that they went with the right memory cards, because they absolutely didn't. And a couple of other things that are absolutely stupid, like the continuous AF red light is not on like it is in the 1DX Mark II, so
I can't
goes
believe
gray and you
they didn't
can't
fix
see
that,
it.
yeah.
There's those issues, but again, I'm kind of tired of all these.
There's good and there's bad.
There's
Yeah.
always good and bad with every camera. Some of these are just absolutely stupid that some of the stuff was not even updated, which we don't know why, but I'm kind of tired of people that don't have a camera, no matter what it is, bitching about specs without ever using a camera. It's all right to give your opinion, but it's another thing to be like, this is the worst camera ever because of this, and
Just
nobody's
because of
used
specs,
it.
that's
Just
it.
because of specs alone.
Not actually using
Like-
the camera.
Like I put up the RAW files today because I don't think anybody has RAW files.
I haven't seen any
that I put
at
up
the time of this
DNGs
recording.
so that people could
Yeah.
open them. And somebody's like, well, we really only care about the DR. And I'm like,
dynamic range.
Dynamic range.
For those that
I'm
don't
like,
know what
I just
DR
shot the
is.
D1X a couple weeks ago. What the was the dynamic range of that camera? Does it matter? Get the goddamn pictures and stop worrying about shit like dynamic range. I don't give Jesus.
And I would say too, I say my max is probably 12,800. Todd's favorite on the 5D3, where the 4 looking at
20,000 and 30,000. And I was
say
in
it's usable.
but I was in super shitty light, well beyond what I tested the D500. When I tested the D500,
You were in window nice light.
There was window light.
Yeah.
She was in the shadow,
But still.
In this case, the guy, Dan, pop up those pictures. The guy
Literally no light.
is in a recording booth, which is like a closet.
Yeah.
He only had some highlight lights up in the ceiling that were so dim.
Were they even on?
They were. I had just the bluish light on.
I didn't even
There was
see
a
that.
tinted door with a window, and the windows were about 35 feet away.
So barely any light.
So there
coming
wasn't
in.
a lot of light, and it did fine.
It looks crazy. I mean, it looks like there's a good amount of light in there. And
It looks
it
because
was a
I'm
closet.
a good
It
photographer.
literally was a closet.
Yeah.
Did it lock focus too? Did it have any issues in that low light?
I would say the majority of it found focus. The majority of the
That
time,
was,
it wasn't
again,
hunting.
Dark.
Yes, that's where the -3 EV came into play.
Or -4 in live view. Yep.
Right. But it was fine. I missed on some because it was hard to find the eye. Plus, he was moving at slower shutter speeds.
Yeah.
And so that was it. That a little longer on Gear of the Week. We'll get to everything else.
Full review coming soon. I'll be editing that all next week.
Yep.
Hurry up, Steven.
It'll be fun.
Now it's time for Flying Solo. I requested your Flying Solo questions. There was a lot came in on Instagram, a lot came in on Facebook. I looked at the Facebook ones. I'll be reading the Instagram later to save for another show. It's just been a super busy late night and an early morning, and
Yeah,
a lot of stuff.
lot to
has
do
been
this
going
week,
on.
man.
And there were a lot of damn good questions on Facebook. By the time I got to 50, I was like, oh shit, I already have 12. And then I went through and read all 150 that were there. Lucas Lamrock from Boytillers Point, Nova Scotia, Canada.
Nova
Nova
Scotia.
Scotia.
Hey, what's up, Sergeant? I mean, sir.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Hey. Let's go watch some CFL.
Yeah.
I shoot with an Olympus E3, a 9-year-old camera. I get awesome results.
9.
I get awesome results, and I love the camera and Olympus lenses. I do photography as a side job, While doing wedding photography and portraits, mainly talking about couples, I always seem to not have enough ideas on posing the couples, Can any of you guys recommend some posing ideas or where to get more ideas rather than just basic holding each other's hand or putting your tongue in her mouth? Oh, I added that. Or putting the arm around each other?
Oh, that was the best
Thanks in
part.
advance, and thanks for all the good videos.
Eh?
Yeah, this is simple. This is actually a simple answer. Pinterest, because every woman is posting the type of wedding photos that she wants on there, and there's got to be wedding photo boards that show you pictures.
yeah,
The
everywhere.
Knot. Go to the Knot, not the Balloon Knot. Go to the Knot, and you can find tons of wedding photos that are considered to be great photos, and also other photographers' websites. Go to Cliff Mountainer's website.
Great photographer,
While
great
you're
wedding
there, tell
photographer.
them that we sent you. But look at the photos that they're doing. That's not cheating. You're getting ideas. It's a lookbook.
Inspiration.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's better than perspiration. Zaroli,
Right, Steven?
the guy Al Zaroli, the button pusher, decided he wanted to shoot weddings, so he cut
He shot
out
my sister's wedding, right?
No, that was another. That was
that was guy.
What was his name?
You're right. I don't want to say it.
What's the first initial?
S. Right?
Stu.
As you say his
I'm not
name.
going to say his last name, but
Yeah.
his name's Stu. He's Jewish. He's got a gut and a beard.
Oh, it's Stu the Jew.
Describe him a little more.
Todd, that is uncalled for.
Sorry.
Uncalled for. So Zaroli literally cut out stuff from magazines, laid it on the ground during. It was so unprofessional, by the way. Brought it out to the shoot, and was like, "Which one of these do you like?" Hold on, Al. That is terrible. But I just want to give them what they want. I'm like, Al, that's just so stupid.
Interesting.
Nelson Guzzo, Fro Steven Todd, and hashtag blame Dan.
Yep.
When you're on location and recording your fantastic 5-minute portraits, what mics do you use? Do you have backups, Steven?
For the 5-minute portraits, we usually use the Sennheiser G3s, which are wireless lav mics, and we typically put them into a Zoom H6, especially if we have 2 mics going. The big thing is we always have to set the frequency beforehand, because if you're in a busy area, you can get some radio signals interfering with you or something like that.
Radio.
Cell phone signals, all that kind of stuff. So you have to make sure you set your frequency beforehand, set your general levels in the packs, and then go to town and set your levels on the Zoom and record. But
Speaking about going to town, what kind of tape do you use when you tape it to Jared's naked chest?
ooh, gaff tape.
Oh, we just use straight up
Which
gaff
we lost
tape.
the roll of gaff tape at the recording studio.
just
when
disappeared.
Someone stole it, or I don't know.
rappers.
I don't think
you know
anybody
how
stole-
rappers are.
You know,
They
yeah.
steal everything.
We
But
also-
yeah, so we use the Sennheiser G3s and on occasion, I'll bust out the Zoom with the XY mic and take some ambient noise and get some room tone and stuff like that. But usually those mics. And we do have backups. We have your old Sonys, right?
We have the old Sonys, but then
another pair too?
Sennheiser sent us their newer version.
Is that the G4?
No. It was the G3 with the easier to set up for people that don't want to know how to set it up.
I'd rather preset it
right.
with a specific frequency, though.
And then I have two that I've brought out when we need like extra.
Yeah.
Oh, right. You bought Sennys also.
I have
Zoom,
two. Yeah, I bought them first.
I can hook up to
you-
6 at
no,
the Zoom.
you did not.
I did buy them first.
No, you didn't.
And then you guys got them.
Oh.
So I will say though, with something like the 5-minute portrait, the D1X, I went to town in Premiere and crossfaded and did a ton of audio editing and really adjusted
we also
audio.
have a set of the Rode wireless ones that they have, which are half the price as the Sennheiser ones. We just haven't used those. We used those in the video when we recorded the unboxing.
Yep.
And I gave a set of those to Alex, who probably did nothing with them.
Yeah, backup to the backup to the backup.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
All right. Colin Harrington. I'm a Canadian, living in Saudi Arabia. I mainly shoot family photos and individual portrait sessions. I'm wondering if I should have a cap on the number of photos I deliver. I have found that as I have improved, I have started narrowing down what I think is good quality, but I wonder if this might be a good thing to do. So that's a good question, because as you get better, you have less photos. And I started to run into an issue back in the day with weddings when I would say something along the lines of, I'm going to deliver you no less than 250 or 300 keepers. And they say, well, the other photographer's going to deliver me 2,000. And I sit there and I say, good for them. I could deliver you 2,000 pieces of shit also. Do you want to go through 2,000 photos? Because the biggest issue that you run into is if you deliver somebody 2,000 photos, they're going to be they won't know where to start, especially if they have to make a book.
Yep.
So yes, there's a specific number that you say, I'm going to try and deliver you X. If somebody bitches about that, you say, would you rather... You don't have to say this, but I say it. But, I mean, I do say it.
Don't say it, but I say it.
I do say it. Well,
I'm sure you do.
'Cause I'm not worried. If I don't get the job, I don't give a shit anymore.
Exactly.
I mean,
All
I do care. I want
All
the
right,
job.
before you say it, hold on, Dave.
Warning! Put on your fucking earmuffs.
There you go.
Can we get a warning? Put on your earmuffs before Dave curses next time?
Nope.
That's the point of it.
I know. No, I say something along the lines of, oh, I thought I was going to get 500 pictures. Oh, when I was working for Carl Wolf Studios, right?
Oh, my brother.
Carl Wolf, it was they would send me out to high schools to shoot photos. And they would say, you need to shoot 10 rolls of film for the game. And I said, would you rather have 2 rolls of solid keepers or 10 rolls with a lot of filler bullshit? Well, we would like 10 rolls because it looks like we're doing a better job to the yearbook department. And I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm like, all right. So I had my F5 at the time, shot 8 frames a second. Every time I took one photo, I took 6. I'm like, fuck it. You want to do this? We'll do it live. No, I was just like, screw you guys. And I stopped working for them because, and this was when I even back then, I needed the job, but I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't give you shit because it still reflects poorly on me. I don't give a shit if you want to deliver a shit ton of photos. I want to deliver quality.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we want quantity.
And that's the thing, too, when you're shooting like a wedding or something like that, a very important event, you want to rapid fire and make sure you get one sharp image that's tack sharp. So you'll shoot 3 or 4 frames in a row. You don't give them every single picture.
Nope.
You
Nope.
get the best picture of
Yep.
that sequence
Yep.
and give it to them.
It's like video.
Exactly.
You're not going to give. I don't give.
You don't give them every
I don't give them
take.
an hour EPK. I give
Yeah.
them like a 3-minute EPK.
Yep.
Dave Stufflebeam. What's the best and cheapest way to get longer video recordings on a Canon DSLR? Tired of clips getting broken up at, he meant 4 gigabytes in 30 minutes time.
Fat 32 system freaking sucks.
What was the Atomos selling? Which Atomos was, they lowered the price of something for the bare bones.
I want to.
Is it Ninja 2 or something?
Ninja 2,
It
I
was
think,
like
is the bare bones
$3.99
package.
or $4.99?
And that gives you everything, yeah. And
Look,
then you have the Blade 2.
Look up some of the Atomoses and see which one is pretty damn inexpensive because whatever camera you have, you could do the 1080 out for unlimited amount of time as long as you have enough battery power and storage on that thing.
I think for our Atomos, we have a 256 gig drive, or no, 480, I think, in there. So that'll be 10 hours if we kept recording. It would record for 10 hours.
Yeah,
as long as
and-
we have a battery.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, if you're desperate for long record time, those XC10s.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're doing
True.
live
Camcorders.
events or you're doing like run and gun nonstop.
I do want to add to that, too, with the 5D Mark IV, what they did is if you have a 256 gig card or higher, CF card, or if you have an XC SD card, they will let you use the XFAT system. So you no longer will have split into 4 gig files using FAT32. That might help his issue too if he ever wants to upgrade to say the 5D4. That's
Gotcha.
new.
Wait, you're not going to sit here and rip on the 5D Mark IV right now for something like everybody's
trying
doing?
to put out something positive.
Jamar Harriet from Rochester, New York. Hello, Fro, Todd, Dan, and Steven.
Steven's last.
I second shoot for my girlfriend's wedding photography business. It sucks when she's over my shoulder micromanaging on shoots. Feels like there's a lack of trust. How would you treat this issue, and could you work with someone you date?
I wouldn't.
Thank you.
Break up with her.
Yep.
Thank you for calling Loveline. This is Dr. Drew Pinsky here.
This is Dr. Jared Polin.
You need to, this is a delicate line you need to walk. Because if you're working with your girlfriend and you love your girlfriend, presumably, you can't really tell her to back the fuck off or she'll get very upset with you.
Back up, bitch.
Whoa.
Whoa. Damn,
Steven.
Jeez.
Steven does not advocate backing bitches up.
Yeah, seriously.
Unless
man.
it's on hard drives.
Man, I mean, there might need to be an apology now. Way to go, Steven.
Why'd you do it?
Yeah, why would you say something like that?
Hashtag,
I hate both of you so
hashtag
much.
Steven apologize.
Yeah.
Nope, not happening.
Could I work with someone you date? Probably. Is it a good idea? Probably not.
I wouldn't.
Jared can barely work with people that he kind of likes. I mean, let alone so he barely can keep a girlfriend.
I don't think you could ever date a photographer, personally.
you
So
barely
the
can
prob-
date anybody.
You'd be critiquing them every 5 seconds.
Well, yeah, true. I did do that with a photographer once.
Dutch angles. Why are you taking Dutch angles?
She actually had really good wedding work.
Good.
And I was really...
Unless you dated a photographer that is really good.
Right.
Then it
well,
would work
then he
out.
couldn't date her because then he'd be mad all the time. She can't have more followers than him. She can't take better pictures than him. She can't talk unless spoken to, and she can't look him in the eyes.
I guess Miss Hatton's out of the consideration. She has more
You
Instagram
see,
followers.
you haven't mentioned her lately, so.
Happy birthday. It was her birthday.
You would know.
I saw it on Instagram or on Facebook. Facebook told me. Valentino Grizlava. Grijalva. I'm watching the new raw edits you did of Liberty Vintage Motorcycles, and you mentioned film a lot. Would you do a 5-minute portrait with your F5 film camera and show the entire process for developing the film to making prints from Orlando, Disney area, Florida? I think I've wanted to do this for about 5 years, where I've talked about doing a shoot.
You
with
want to do
the
a whole
film.
series.
Well, maybe a
Front to
series,
back.
or we turn it into an episode where I go back to Antonelli. I come with a roll of film that I already shot. I go into the darkroom because we could probably use a Canon A7 something in the darkroom, and it would look pretty good because in the low light we could shoot the whole process.
A7S2, yeah. Low light monster.
We could use that video in the darkroom and show the process. Even though our GoPro looked pretty good on Giles Clement's head inside the dark box
That did look pretty good, yeah.
when he was developing
yeah,
that.
it didn't look bad at all. That was a good episode.
Philip Wostradowski. Philip Wostradowski. Pronounced wa as in water, stra as in struck, Dow as in Dow Jones, ski. Thanks, Philip, you dick. From Vancouver, Washington. Good, you're not even Canadian.
Oh.
Hey, King Todd, Steven, the Red,
The Red.
the Stutterer, and Fro.
That's the proper order.
I was going to sing Oh Canada, but he's not from Canada. If you can justify the cost of a Canon Pro 1000/4000, well, if you want to buy the 1000,
Big
you can
difference.
justify 5 of them for the price of one 4000.
yeah.
Can you justify the quality versus print from a professional lab? I assume a lab would not use inkjet. Actually, a lot of labs use inkjets.
Now.
Especially now, Noritsu machines run on Epson ink, but I know that I think Allen's has a Agfa machine. No,
We had the Noritsu 3300.
it's a Noritsu that uses
3100.
it uses big ink cartridges, and that's what a lot of the labs use. And a lot of them use a
It was
Pro
still chemical
4000.
based. I don't think it was.
It wasn't. Theirs
ink-based.
is straight up inkjet.
Noritsu wasn't.
Yeah, well, the new Noritsu was.
I'm saying the old one when I used it. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. What are you? Where'd the monkey? Oh, Noritsu and Naruto.
Oh.
I didn't even hear
The
it.
whole time, I'm just like, I can't stop laughing. You guys just chatting about
I didn't even hear the
Naruto.
monkey at all. Because in the studio, we have this little tiny player, this little stereo player that we could barely hear
I
the
heard
actual
it.
sound effects.
I didn't know why he was doing
It's just
that.
very low in the background.
Anyway, so let me answer your question, Philip Wostradowski, dick.
Whoa. Apologize.
Why are you so mad at Philip?
Jeez.
Because he made me like he read his whole name and he's not even Canadian.
Oh.
Anyway,
bad.
if you can justify the cost, yes. If you can justify being able to sell the stuff, even better. Because I saw some people commenting about when I put up the picture of setting up that Pro 4000. That's $6,000 for that setup. You can get it for $5,000 if you don't get the extra roller thing on there.
Multifunction.
And just think about it. Yes, ink is expensive, but if you're a full-time photographer that's making art prints, you're not going to get something that prints 44 inches at a lab wet anymore. That's harder to do. But you can justify it when you sell prints for $1,000, $2,000, $4,000, $5,000. Yes, if you can justify the cost of it, then absolutely, they're both fantastic printers.
It's a big ass printer.
It's a big ass printer. It's now set up. It's very plasticky. It's made of plastic,
Well, for $6,000,
but it weighs 238 pounds without the legs on it.
Man,
I lifted
I
it.
love when you were showing the manual. There was like 6 people involved lifting
if you
it
have
up.
this, please it's like it says take 6 people and move this. So if you have you and your 6 closest
Or
friends,
one person with guns.
or me. Mike Varley. Hey, Jared, Stephen, Todd, and Dan. I just want to give a shout out to you and let you know that I really appreciate what you guys do. I am in the Royal Canadian Air Force.
What's with all these?
And photography has become something I really enjoy, and your videos and guides have helped tremendously. Again, you guys rock. Oh. Phone call.
Royal Air Force. Flying around in photography.
Can't even understand them today.
The camera was stuck in the airplane and we almost crashed. I'll see you in Cologne, Duke. Goodbye.
First off, he's in the Royal Canadian Air Force.
Not the British.
Royal Air Force.
Shut up, Jim. I'll do whatever accent I want for Canadians because I don't know how to do that one. Goodbye, Jim.
We salute you for your service, Mike Varley. Please stand at attention as we sing
Already there.
Oh Canada. Oh Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see the right, the true north strong and free. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. That's for all the people that said I should stop singing.
Please do.
Randy Smith, my question, Jared, is about making a living as a photographer. I currently make a good living shooting. However, my wife wants me to put my university degree.
Again with the women.
My wife wants. It's not funny, Todd. It's funny.
It's not funny, Todd.
My wife wants me to put my university degree to good use and
Man up and tell her to shut the hell up.
to good use and get a stable / safe /
Tell her to get back in the kitchen.
yeah, there goes Gloria. She's gone. Bye.
The views expressed by the 3 douchebags right here do not reflect any views of our sponsors. And that is a joke on Todd's part. If anybody wants to go tweet about it.
Ask my wife. Get back in the kitchen,
Dude,
girl.
Jean would beat the living
She would
shit.
just
She'd be like,
backhand you.
She'd be like, "What'd you say? What?
She did like that tough mud run thing.
Tough Mudder?"
Something like that.
13 miles, yeah. It's intense.
I slept.
My wife wants
Make crunchy towels.
Hashtag crunchy towels. My wife wants me to put my university degree to good use and get a stable / safe traditional job. I want to know if this is something you or any of the guys, Todd ? Have had to deal with. Being an entrepreneur doesn't come with a pension plan like she has. And while things are good right now, I can never guarantee the stability of a 9-to-5 corporate job. Timothy Jones, hey, oh, that's the next person. So, Randy Smith, I'll just say this. you can always go get a 9-to-5 job if you need a 9-to-5 job.
And you can always get a divorce.
It's just expensive. It may be cheaper just to do what she says.
He'll probably get marital support because he's the one that doesn't have a real job.
Yeah, you'll
So
get
he's
half of
good.
the pension.
Boom.
Well, I can't tell you how to deal with your wife. She's your wife.
I'll tell you.
God.
Can Meredith tell us how he deals with her wife when she says get a new job?
Well, I will say, in all seriousness, I'm lucky the fact that my wife comes from like a creative family.
She's your sugar mama.
So she already understands that, you might do X for a living. Sometimes it rains.
In Todd's
sometimes
case, it's triple
Todd
X.
asking the question?
In Todd's case, it's triple X for a
Sometimes
living.
it's a drought. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like with creative stuff, sometimes it's a good year. Sometimes it's a bad year. You got to just deal with it.
And other times it's Firestone.
But at the bottom line is find a sugar mama. I mean, that's the best advice I can give you. He already said she's got the pension
All day.
She's got the insurance.
She's got the looks.
I mean, I'd probably
He's set.
just tell her to, just tell her, yeah, sure, honey, I'm looking, and then go shoot your photos.
Look, I mean, it's your life. It's your anyway.
Nope.
You do what you would like to do. Todd gave some good suggestions there.
It's a hard balance.
It is a hard balance, but if you're a creative, hopefully she understands it. Look, I'm a creative. As long as I'm doing, I understand it may not have a pension, but there may be a year where I quadruple what I would have gotten
Yeah.
at that 9-to-5,
Yeah.
which makes up for that 6 months where I may be lacking. But then on the other side, you can always get a 9-to-5. And if you're gonna hate the 9-to-5, I'm sure your wife, who loves you tremendously,
Yeah.
is gonna accept that.
It's a good question, though. I mean, I'm sure a lot of photographers have this issue.
All right, moving on. Timothy Jones. Hey, Fro, Stephen, Todd, and Dan. The podcast keeps me going every Monday morning for that drive to work.
Too bad Steven's going on vacation.
My question for the Fro team is, I am a British Army photographer. And a little premature, Todd.
Already called in, so screw off.
I'm a British Army photographer, and if I could go back in time to cover any conflict, I would cover a battle of Roker's Drift during Anglo-Zulu War.
Oh, yeah.
What event, conflict
Perfect.
/ point in time would you go back to cover or document? I don't seriously want to document any war. But first off,
I wouldn't want to be.
salute you for your service,
Yeah.
and now I'm going to sing you the the British National
Nope.
Anthem. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, wait, is that God Saves the Queen right there?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. Somebody give us the lyrics to the God Saves the Queen.
Is there a different salute depending on what army or?
Well, some people do this.
Yeah.
I think the British...
Benny Hill does
sure,
this.
we're doing it wrong.
Yeah, we don't... Well, I'm sitting here and I can't...
You're like wrapped around.
I'm like wrapped around a pole.
That's what she said.
Anyway, is there any conflict that you would have photographed? Maybe here's this. I would say this.
I'm not a conflict photographer,
He asked
so
a conflict specifically?
I would not want to do that.
I will say this, and I'm going to leave war as much out of it as possible. If I could fly in a B-2 Flying Fortress, we're talking 1947, Enola Gay style,
Yeah.
but not shooting the dropping of the atomic
Yeah.
bomb. Nothing near that.
Yeah.
But flying in a Flying Fortress to get the photos of the people in there would be an unbelievable thing while it's flying, and the guy in the gun turret and the bottom in the bubble, the top in the bubble, and the back in the bubble.
And you're saying post-war too.
I'm just
1947.
saying not during. It
Yeah.
could be a conflict, but I'm not involved in the damn conflict.
Gotcha.
That's where I would have photographed that stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say.
Because I'm a wuss.
I don't want to die. Anybody else?
Nah, I'm good.
Gavin Otter. Dear Jared, Stephen, Todd, Noah, Dan, Todd's family, Stephen's girlfriend, and Jared's classic Playboy collection.
Are they all here?
Stay back there.
Well, the Playboys are in the bathroom.
Have you been reading those?
Oh, excellent articles. Yeah.
reading?
I read it always for the articles.
There's words in it?
They're so good, the articles. I'm a photographer and mainly down to have started getting some clients. I cannot read this. I'm a photographer. All right, skipping this. A client, not skipping it. I'm just skipping that. You're a photographer. Great. Good for you. It says, down to you have started getting some clients. All right. A client has asked me to film a christening, and I, of course, said yes, figuring that I could work out how to do it after I agreed to do the job. I have done some filming/editing mainly of my kids and not of clients. My question is, would your video guide be of benefit to me filming such an event? If so, how? Insert plug for video guide and cue Todd with the money cannon. Thank you in advance for reading this question, and keep up the good work. Love watching.
Don't tell me how to do my job.
Love watching all of your content, specifically dynamic in RAWtalk. Jesus Christ.
Long question.
Anyway, yes, the guide would actually help you do that christening. Katie Testerman. I just want to say thank you. Yes, Katie. I currently am working at a car dealership where my GM, general manager. Oh, I thought you worked for GM.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Me too. Just gave me free reign over our social media accounts. Be careful, don't get drunk. And our websites. Whoa. I've been revisiting all of your social media marketing content, learning everything I can.
Nice.
I'm sure I'll have I'll have questions for you at some point, but for now, I'm just going to say thanks. You're welcome, Katie. You're welcome.
Cool.
You're welcome. Good job. Matt Barnett from Houston. I'm on the fence about the 5D Mark IV or moving to the A7R2 with the EFE mount adapter. Please ease my troubled mind, which is the superior platform and for mostly vacation photos, landscapes, air shows, and the very occasional portrait. I want to keep my Canon glass. Well, that's a simple answer. You already have the Canon glass. I don't want to get an adapter to put on a Sony to try to make it work.
Like a Metabones, yeah.
For taking photos, I'm still going to stick with saying that the Canon's going to do a much better job for taking photos for the stuff that I personally like to shoot. Concerts, action, fast-moving things. The Sony haven't fully gotten down how to make that damn thing work with their focusing modes. Unless you trust it to do the thing, which with the A6000, when I shot a concert with it, it found it, but it also missed what I wanted, and it was much harder to get everything where I wanted.
Yeah, if he was shooting video, I would say that'd be a hard choice, but stills, I would probably still go with the Canon.
Look, for a well-rounded thing, you already have the glass, pick up the new one. Robert Barber, Robert from Long Beach, California. I've only been shooting for 2 years and just started shooting models. Be careful. Why are you so anti-watermark on photos? What about when doing TFP work and the model will be using your photos as well? I mean, this is an interesting question.
Yeah.
Sometimes watermarks are fine. If you feel that it works and it's not distracting and in the way, then do it. And for the TFP stuff, in the TFP stuff, make it mandatory that they tag you in it when you give it to them. I guess the watermark could be fine if it's just out of the way. I hate when people put it right by the face or they switch. It's in a different place every time.
Yeah, and if it's subtle and not distracting, I think it works.
So that's my answer for that one. Caesar Capoli. Hello, Fred. Hello from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. No, I'm not
all these
Fred.
Canadians today.
Hey, we're big in Canada. We need to go to Toronto. # bring Fro to Canada. Now that you're moving to your new place, I assume that RAWtalk table will be set up for good. Question.
Hopefully.
Does Todd get to finally sit at the big table now?
Hell no.
I think he's earned it. My other question is this the last we see of the loft when you do move? Postman, Fro location, etc. Thanks for everything. No, I'm sure we'll still do some stuff at the loft.
You'll probably still record at your computer too here.
Right, and we'll do stuff. Todd's not going to be sitting at a big table. We're going to probably still use this and have a setup for Todd because I like Todd off to the side. It would be too.
He'll have his whole station set up, all his toys.
He's going to have. I think Todd's going to have his whole section.
Goodies, yeah.
Jeremy Burke, gentlemen. No, not you, Todd. Shut up, Joe.
Oh, he's got jokes.
Anyway, I'm getting a drone on Tuesday, and how quick should I get registered, and also how often do people actually get stopped? Have you been questioned while out with your drone? The only questions I get with my drone are, is that a drone? That's cool.
Yep. Let me film
I can't tell you how many people are out there doing this. We don't know. Are the cops going to actually waste their time and come after you for doing it if you're just doing your thing? I highly recommend that you register right away.
It takes 5 minutes
to get your drone thing.
Yeah, it's quick.
So do that right away.
Now, if you're doing a commercial pilot license, that's a little different.
From Richard Gayer, G-A-I-R, Gayer, Gayer, G-Air, Gayer, Gayer. Yeah, G-A-I-R.
Oh, yeah, Gayer, yeah.
Gayer.
Yeah.
In the UK, I don't have a question there. It says, Dustin Lawson, hey guys. Sorry, Richard Gayer. I don't know. Maybe he's the guy in the Air Force, and I meant to say his name. Whatever. Dustin Lawson. Hey guys, I've been using all the same SD cards since I first got my first DSLR camera back in 2011. That means they're almost 5 years old. Is there a shelf life to SD cards? Thanks. It's a good question as well. there's a shelf life to everything. The more you use it, the more possibilities that the little pieces of plastic are going to break off. What I've seen in the SD cards is that the lock breaks off. If the lock breaks off, you're out of luck.
Yep.
Or if they get bent and the pins get scratched up or the contacts go bad, maybe that's something that could happen. I just think that, you know what, they're not that expensive. Update them every couple of years. Use the other ones as backups and
That's
move
what we
on.
do.
Because we just keep buying 64 gig ones, 128 gig ones, have extra backups. If we ever run into an issue with a card, we don't use it again.
I just chuck it.
We just
the
get
only
rid
issue
of it.
we have is the plastic housing on that SD case will on occasion come loose. It'll still work fine,
I've had
but
that happen too.
I only use that as like a backup to my backup.
But
if I
money's
ever
no
need it.
object, so we just replace them all the time.
Nah, that's
Never use
But
the
we've been
same
using
one
the same
twice,
cards
like
for
socks.
years now, and we record literally with it almost every day. Knock on wood, no issues yet.
knock on the wood. Yeah, you just got to be careful.
Yeah.
You just got to be careful. So that's flying solo.
There you go.
It's time to spin the wheel.
It's time.
Yay. All right, it's time for Wheel of Fro. On the wheel, we've got Hoya. We've got FroKnowsPhoto.com/guides to check out all the different guides that we offer to help feed Morgan because she's going back to school every week.
Oh, it sounds like it's
it got
blasting
stuck.
off.
It got clogged up.
Oh no! Oh no! It's got a clog. There we go.
All right, Todd clogged up it because it must have anyway. Squarespace.com/fro. Check it out. Go to FroKnowsPhoto.com/branding to get a free guide to branding. 2.5 hours. Awesome guide. Videoblocks.com. Instead of saying where to go to videoblocks.com/FroKnowsBundles to get your bundle right now. Purchase Videoblocks, get Audioblocks absolutely sun deep. FroKnowsPhoto.com, store.FroKnowsPhoto.com to get my bag. Rode microphone. We use the Rode each and every week. We love them. We use them. We continually use them. We've been using them each and every week. Rode likes us. We like Rode. Rode sent us an invitation. We don't know what it's for. Hopefully it's not a bunch of angry
Koalas.
koala bears. or will we be fighting Bindi Irwin? Hi guys, it's Bindi Irwin here for the Steve Irwin Wildlife Preserve. I have a beautiful horn-nosed toad right here. You should see his face. She's been doing that. I've started to follow their zoo's Instagram.
You're watching her now,
You're
aren't
terrible.
you? You stalking her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She
I
won
know
Dancing with the
nothing
Stars.
about her.
I didn't even know she
Super
won.
creepy.
Anyway, that's Rode microphones. Kessler Crane. Go to KesslerCrane.com/fro. Use the code FRO10.
Oh, we actually used the
Yeah,
Traveler
we used
Jib
it on
at the 5D Mark IV shoot.
We did?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we have Spin Again, the Canon prize to win a printer. And
Out
then
of your
Adorama
crotch.
Picks. AdoramaPicks.com. Use them. Then we've got the Fro Guide. Then we've got Think Tank photo bags. Then we have Audioblocks.com, which you can get free if you go to Jesus Christ. If you go to videoblocks.com/bundles and you purchase Videoblocks for a year, you'll get that Audioblocks for free.
Free.
Store.FroKnowsPhoto.com to get all your I Shoot Raw t-shirts. Sorry, Eastern EU.
But I'll bring some in my bag. I'm going to steal some from the factory.
Which we are not doing.
Smuggle
we
them
cannot
in.
take them to Germany. If you're in Germany, we're not allowed.
I won't give them to you for a beer, though.
Is he winking? Because I can't see. Oh, yeah. Rode microphone again. That's the Video Mic Me. Then we got Lexar cards. We use all the Lexar cards. We had to, unfortunately, use compact flash cards to record 4K with the 5D Mark IV.
Yep.
We would have liked to have used CFast, but it doesn't have a slot for that.
By the way-
I brought the module today.
Oh,
Try to
cool.
get that
We'll
footage.
transfer some of that footage. Yeah. That shoot about 2 terabytes of footage altogether
Shut
with
up.
the proxies. It's a monster.
Yep.
It's not just the 5D Mark IV either. It's mainly the XC10 stuff, but
Oh, gosh.
4K footage sucks.
And then you have me, you in my face. Now it's time to spin the wheel, and then I'll tell you who we're spinning it for.
Let's do it.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
What
do it.
side of the wheel should I spin on?
Whatever you want.
You got that hanger?
the lucky
you got
side.
the hangy?
Around and around it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. The Wheel of Fro is about to make a triumphant stop.
Triumphant.
Rode microphones! We love Rode. Congratulations goes out to that dick, Philip Westerdowski.
Such a dick.
Such a dick.
Gosh,
Wa
Philip.
as in water, straw as in struck, Dow as in Dow
Dow.
Jones, Ski as in ski,
Is this a Canadian?
and Dick. No, he's not even Canadian. He's from he's Vancouver, Washington.
Nope.
Oh.
So congratulations, Philip. You won yourself a damn Rode microphone.
Damn it.
So congratulations again to that guy who's a dick with a ski at the end of his name.
We love you,
from
Philip.
not even Canadian. Now let's get to memes.
Let's do it.
All right, first one, Todd, is
From Bastion Herman, it's Wheel of Dan.
the original sound of the wheel.
Hashtag blame Dan.
That's great.
All right, next.
Next one is from Broxy Bear. It's Fro Science.
Killing it every week, man.
That's amazing.
Incredible.
That is amazing.
Why don't you send us a full res and we'll print it out on the Canon printer?
Seriously, man, I want to post
They
this.
went
This
from
is great.
zeros to heroes in one fantastic raw talk.
It all started with some wishful thinking and some help from a guy called Greg. Now there's a factory being built, a Porsche in the driveway, and plenty of food for Morgan. Nobody knows where it will end, but it's turning their lives, their minds, and their factory upside down.
Next.
Fro Science.
Next one is from Chris Queen called The Dictator Todd.
Where'd they get this photo from? Greenpeace?
That was from Greenpeace, yeah.
terrible Photoshop.
Terrible Photoshop
Oh,
job.
but they got rid of your beard. You look good without the beard, Todd.
We should do that.
Holy
yeah.
shit, you actually look good there.
Maybe I won't trim
So
the
are
mustache
you trying to
so
be
narrow.
Charlie
but-
Chaplin or something? I don't get it.
I don't.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's probably Charlie Chaplin.
Definitely
he
Charlie
did do
Chaplin.
The dictator.
Yeah, I guess he was a dictator.
All right,
It's
next.
weird.
Another one from Chris Queen. Fro back to school. with the proper exposure settings, yeah, I could make the bus driver look hot.
Was her name Jennifer from earlier, the Virginia girl?
Yes.
She was the bus driver.
Yes.
Oh, God, I got a camera on and everything.
You got a Canon
get in
camera.
the bus already, asshole. The next
was-
one is from Jay Lynch from Charlotte, North Carolina. It's called Big Ass Prince.
That's a good one.
All right, next.
Next one is from L. Lordy. It's Jared getting to Photokina. Mr. Polin, we've been warned not to import I Shoot Raw merchandise into the EU.
There's Todd laughing, in, the
laughing in the
background.
Oh my god, I just missed that.
Oh my! I guess that's a photo of the
Why
bib.
do you have a bib?
Because I made bibs for Pascal when he had the baby.
That's funny.
Next one is Magnus Clayson, and it's Jared's new T-shirt. I offend sponsors.
Terrible editing job. Sorry. Next.
Next one
But
is-
thank you for submitting.
Next
You-
one's from
Wait,
Michael.
hold on. You could submit your stuff to singwheeloffro@gmail.com.
The next one is from Michael Friesen. It's about the Fro meetup.
Who's the girl?
So Jared's over there.
know.
So is there a safe word? Steven.
Noah, Jared is going to jail again because of his inappropriate shirt. His cellmates are going deep in Cologne.
Going deep in his cologne. And I'm saying, would you like to get into a bag with me and suck all the air out?
That is
From the news
that's a
story.
reference
Good
to last
callback.
week's episode.
Look, there's a drone
There's
too.
a drone.
That's great.
All right. And next one is from Philip Watrowdowski. And these are new bobbleheads. The Miss Hatton knows Fro.
Oh,
She
that's-
says, when do I get to flirt with you again? Fro knows photo. Can I get my hair any bigger?
The Todd knows
The Todd
12,800.
Buy a video guide. Morgan needs shoes. And Steven knows focus.
Question mark? Focus matters? Question mark?
That's funny. I like that.
Great bobblehead right there.
Next.
And this last picture is from Ryan Kehoe, and it's Dan Fire. Dan says, "If they keep saying stutter, then I'll just have to set the building on fire. Blame Dan."
I get it. It's a office space reference.
Yep.
And
Next.
this last one is a video, so it's from Edgar Tellez.
Edgar.
Fro knows boxing.
All right, here we go.
There I am. He's beating me up.
That's horrible.
I wish they would have had Noah like falling to the ground.
I've seen that video. That video is horrible.
That's funny though.
Oh, that's funny. We need
Love
to
it.
we need to pick some
A lot of good ones, man. That's tough.
Big ass.
Proxy Bear, I love you, bro, but
I know.
you probably already have every
He
guide.
probably
So
does.
I like the creativeness of the bobblehead one.
Bobblehead was good.
So
Yep.
Philip. Oh,
What
is
trout?
that Philip? Is that Philip
Oh,
the dick?
Wastradowski.
Is that Wastradowski?
He got the wheel in this.
You dick.
No!
No, I'm giving him a guide.
All right.
Oh, well, he gets a guide.
I think the big ass Prince was
I
pretty
think
funny.
Big Ass
was
Prince is
funny.
funny. They get a guide, so that's Jay Lynch.
The
from
video
Charlotte.
was really good too. The one
I'm
at
not
the
giving the
end.
video a guide.
No?
No, that's
What?
no. That was funny. All right, you want to give him a guide?
I think it was hilarious.
I like
yeah.
it. All I wish he would have put was hashtag Dance Monkey.
Give them a guide. I like the one without a shirt on. So for L Lordy, give them a guide.
Oh, lordy.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
Really good ones this week though.
Yep.
All right, so those are all the memes. If you would like to send a meme in, please send them to singwheelofro@gmail.com. We like your memes. Keep them funny. If you think that they're over the top, they probably are. We'll make the decision whether or
Yeah,
not
if you're
we should.
complaining why I don't use the one you keep sending me, it's probably because there's a penis in it.
Yeah, some nudity or just a little
Yeah.
too offensive.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, there's a lot that we don't show.
Okay. Yeah, I don't look at them. So you send them in. We try to pick them. Was one this week that we can't show.
Yep.
Maybe more. But you can send them. Make us laugh. And that's it. Let's get to some hashtags. What hashtags do we have?
Hashtag crunchy towel. That's one of them.
Hashtag Steven apology.
I keep it real, man.
Hashtag
Not
Steven
happening.
sorry.
Steven sorry. Hashtag Dan's nipples piercing.
4 Ds on that one.
Yeah. Hashtag bring Fro to Canada. And a big thank you goes out to
Sandeep.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag that too.
Sandeep.
Hashtag good.
Want to thank the sponsors. We had videoblocks.com/bundles. Hashtag FroKnows. Oh, it's videoblocks.com/FroKnowsBundles. Hashtag also FroKnowsBundles when you send it to them.
Grundles.
And then that's it. Thank you to Rode for sending me that gift.
Awesome invitation. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it was a pretty good invitation.
Yeah.
Boy, thank you. Anything you want to add,
Nothing. Wrap it up.
Todd?
I'm good.
All right,
Hungry.
that's RAWtalk 197. You can get all the photo news stories and more in case you missed them at FroKnowsPhoto.com/RAWtalk-197. We're almost at 200, and that is it, guys. It's time to sign out.
Let's do it.
And it's getting into busy season, by the way. So busy
Yeah.
as in Steven's taking another vacation.
Must be nice.
We'll be traveling to Photokina soon, so there may be a week somewhere where RAWtalk will have to be off. And if you got,
or we do like Vegas style, and we just do like a one camera.
well,
Well, I think I can
From
see that
Germany.
happening in Photokina, possibly.
we may do that in
Maybe.
our hotel room, and maybe we'll invite some. Well, it's a
Yeah.
knowing European
Look at me,
hotel,
right.
knowing European hotel rooms.
Oh, it's going to be the size of this table.
We'll probably let's invite 20 people. Let's do it at the Colner Dome on the steps
oh, my God.
without a
We're going to
permit.
be like sardines.
Oh, that's funny.
Don't forget, we're going to Photokina. Meet us on the 21st of September. All the information's over on the site. We're out of here. That's episode 197. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.